Hi, today I have a message called All the Connection You'll Ever Need. So, starting with it's okay when hostility emerges. It's kind of a gift. It's like something either that's been long hidden, not anything to analyze, or something that we just haven't known how to deal with. It emerges again, right? And so this time, no matter what the form is, it could be timidity, it could be hostility, it could be fear, it could be nervousness, it could be doubt. It doesn't matter what the form is, but it's labeled as hostility here, so we'll just take that. It's getting the chance to come out and be given to the light and to disappear, essentially. And then what is really here then gets a chance to come into focus. So if you begin to feel hostile, just don't be tricked by any thought the ego is sending you, because that's not true, even though time and space back it up. The repeating experience of time and space backs it up. Just don't believe it. Remember, it's here to be given to the light. It disappears in the light. And then what can come into clear focus is what's stable, what you share with everyone, what's always been here, what can benefit everyone. That gets a chance to come into focus. And as I just looked over this first statement, Donald Trump came to mind. So if you look at Donald Trump and you see, well, here's somebody that people seem to direct a lot of hostility toward, but like it's not that guy for you, and there's maybe some other guy or whoever that when you think of this person, you think, well, of course I would be hostile toward this person. They're doing wrong. Of course I'd be anti or against what they're doing. Whoever it is, whoever steps forward to play that role in the drama you're experiencing, they have a right mind, and it's present, and it's yours because we all share the right mind. But if you want to say each of us has a right mind and all right minds are connected by love, that's another way of using the symbolism to look at it too. But the only sanity is our shared sanity, and we can stop, drop, and roll. Like, no matter what the evidence within time and space seems to be backing up about any particular person, because we keep using our thoughts to give us repeated experience of specific people and events and things, and it repeats and it repeats and it repeats. If we remember, either all our right minds are connected by love and we can go into that level, or if you're more comfortable with it, we all share one right mind. The way it's been shown to me lately, it's funny, if you think of like a fighter jet, there seems to be this clear bubble on the top where you can see the pilot. So if I have this huge, powerful, light-filled mind, and it's stable, and it's loving, and it's the biggest, it's the only part of any of us, really, this right mind that we share. And then there are all these little bubbles on it, these separate little bubbles, these fighter pilot seats, right? That's all the separate egos. And they keep using thought to make worlds of opposition, where they believe they're separate people in opposition to each other. So when we learn how to kind of drop out of our bubble, our fighter pilot bubble, into the shared mind all of us have together, we all share the same benefit of a right mind, a sane mind, a loving mind. It's shared. Then you can drop into the space you share with everybody and just rest there. And you don't have to know about next steps. You don't have to know about, well, how is this problem in the world going to get solved? You don't know anything about anything. When you drop into the right mind, you're a baby. You don't know anything about anything. But if you learn to spend time in this right mind, then you withdraw all your judgments and accusations from Donald Trump or anybody or yourself, because it's always a mirror, or your neighbor or your family member. When you're in the right mind, you just don't have those. When you're in the fighter pilot bubble, it's super crowded in there, because all your judgments and accusations of everybody, like you're launching them out at everybody, but they're actually coming back at you. It's your self-hatred. But we share one self, one capital S self. And as we drop into this huge, powerful, sane, loving mind we all share, we make access to that mind available to everybody. We remind everybody that you can drop out of the fighter pilot mind that's in opposition to others into a mind where all is peace and all is well. And if you need any instructions, you'll be given them. And where you have faith that if all the others who are appearing in the drama you're experiencing, if they need instructions, they'll be given them too. Why? Because you share this sane, loving mind with them. And that's a very, very different way of approaching things. It's not staying in this fighter pilot bubble and trying to judge everything from there and hoping for the best from there, or maybe even hoping for the worst for someone you call a wrongdoer. When you drop into your sane mind, you are sharing sanity with the one you would call the abuser, the wrecker, the violent one, the demented one, right? It's a mirror. We suspect this of our own wrong mind. And it is kind of true of every wrong mind. It's an opposition to every other mind. And sometimes it calls this opposition love. It's crazy up there in the fighter pilot bubble. It's 100% nuts. So when we find kind of the trap door underneath us and learn how to drop in to our shared mind, it's a huge relief. And it's a huge relief because every character in the drama can receive their instructions from this very loving, whole, sane, powerful mind. Okay, you do not need to do what does not come naturally to you to do. And this is, again, we've dropped down into this huge mind. We've been in our fighter pilot bubble. We discovered a trap door and we let ourselves fall down into the mind we share with everyone. And it's profoundly sane. And from this place, we don't have to struggle, we don't have to effort, and we don't have to plan. So, if something occurs to you as an action, but there seems to be a lot of struggle and resistance in it, you don't have to force yourself ahead. You can try it. If you feel like trying it, you can try it. But if there's so much struggle and resistance against what seems to be this instruction or suggestion in your mind, then just find what you're believing and let that thought go into the light. And then let what is real here come into the foreground and come into clarity, come into focus for you. From there, you might receive a different instruction, which you would also want to struggle against, and then you take care of that. You might have the same instruction there, and it might be really easy to go ahead with it. You might get a different instruction. It's really easy to go ahead with that. We receive instructions both in the fighter pilot bubble and in this huge shared sane mind space. We receive instructions in both spaces. And in the huge shared mind space, it's much easier to just trust the flow of instruction. But if you don't, I guess we've gone up into the fighter pilot bubble again, and we have to drop back down in and rest. Maybe we keep scurrying up into our little bubbles, our separate bubbles, because we're used to thinking of those as safety. And it's okay. There is so much working here with us. If you believe in angels, you could think of people have so many angels around them assisting them in what seems to be the mental struggle. And if you look around in your world and there's anything you dislike intensely, that's a mental struggle, because the world's mental. It's made by the thoughts we believe, near and far. The world we see far and the world we see near is made by the thoughts we believe. And when we remember there's a source of sane and loving thought here in this shared mind, where we recognize everyone's loved, everyone's valued, everyone can be guided, we can trust what is true and real about everyone. We don't have to trust what is untrue and unreal about everyone. We don't have to evaluate, judge, figure out bodies, personalities, past, and make decisions about any of that. But what you might think of as their soul or their spirit or the light in them, that's what's in this sane and shared mind. And the more time we can spend in here at rest, waiting for instructions, the more we're going to trust in what seems to be all around us. Because what seems to be all around us has access to this loving, powerful, benign, shared mind too. Everyone and everything that seems to be around us, near or far, has access to this huge, sane, loving, shared mind. And you set up the attraction to it by spending time in it. Okay, if you're getting mixed signals, you need to calm down into hearing the one signal. And it's okay to use time for this. The ego, or if you're in your fighter pilot bubble, would have us all concerned with performing and achieving and striving, and it would just never have us sink back down into this one mind to get our instructions. So the ego would tell us we have to use time for all this striving, or for achieving an oblivion. I guess it's either thing. You can achieve an oblivion that's just sort of, it's ego's version of relaxing. And but it's not in a shared mind place. It's like tuning out all the chaos ego makes, blocking it out so you get oblivion for a while. You can get it from a drug. You can get it from TV, maybe. You can get it, we kind of tune out and give ourselves a little break from the churning of the ego. So the ego offers those two things, the achieving, the striving, the sense of successful separate self, or the oblivion, or the suffering, all of it. And what was the point of what I'm saying? When we learn to truly calm down, we calm down into this shared mind, where there's nothing about achieving and striving for a separate self. And there's no oblivion to seek. What's in our shared mind is life. It's very alive. It's very happy. It's not oblivion. It's not a blocking out. It's being here where all of us are. It's being here in the truth of all of us. And from here, we can get the signal we need for if in the drama we need to do or say something, it can become clear. So it's like we learn to, it seems, to be in the world but not of the world. It seems we're still in the drama. We're still doing, we're still saying, but where's the instruction for the doing and saying going to come from? If we're taking it from this deep shared mind spot, then we should be able to see others taking instruction from the deep shared mind spot too. And that's not a reason to evaluate or judge them. It's more like a falling into trust, falling into deep trust. So you already have all the connection you'll ever need. When I'm in the fighter pilot bubble, the ego would try to have me connect the fighter pilot bubbles to each other, maybe through little tubes. We call this tube marriage, and we call this tube friendship, and we call this tube like the workplace, the job, or we call this tube like I have followers, or I have subscribers, or I'm following or subscribing to someone else. We try to make these connections. And it's not that we shouldn't, because on the level of the drama, we'll be doing these surface level things. We'll be doing drama things in the drama. But if we think that's what connection is, we forgot about our shared sane mind. Because when we're in our shared sane, loving, powerful, benign mind, all together with everyone and everything that's ever been, when we're here, that's connection. That's our nourishment. So when we're in the fighter pilot bubbles, and we try to get connection by extending a tube into another fighter pilot bubble and say, I'm married to you now, so you have to fulfill my needs. I have to try to suck the goodness out of you or give all the goodness I have to you through this tube. It's kind of silly when you remember and you drop down into the shared sane mind. Oh, this is all the connection any one of us ever needed, and we've always had it. It's like the old story about the poor man sitting on the box of treasure and not knowing the treasure was right under him. He had no idea he was sitting on his treasure the whole time. So we don't have to effort or struggle to extend these tubes into other fighter pilot bubbles. But all we have to do is relax down into our sane, calm mind and have all the connection, all the nourishment, all the resources we ever need. And if we learn to rest here in this shared space, knowing we're fully connected with everyone and everything, all our resources are here, all our abundance is here. However the drama is going to look, however the connections in the drama are going to look, that's going to emerge naturally. And it has absolutely nothing to do with anything the ego says we need or don't need, anything the ego says we have to go after or avoid. And when we're confused about that, we've jumped up into the fighter pilot bubble thinking that's all there is. This is the only mind I have. But you actually have your right mind, the communal space. And it's here all the time. And you can always go down into it and be at your foundation, which is stability. Everyone's foundation is stability. And the more we rest here, the more we light it up and the more we make it available. And then we can laugh, because what on earth have we been doing? we certainly have been crazy, because we've been in the crazy sector of our minds, which is not our real mind, that's our false mind. We've been refusing, like we imagined this false mind, try to cram ourselves into it, and refuse to leave it. It's not mean to respond to someone without anxiety. This is for me because what I'm unwinding from is thinking kindness is anxiety, love is anxiety, giving is anxiety. Because I'm used to trying to remedy things after having felt anxiety and having that be the motivator, instead of realizing my anxiety means I'm on the wrong track here and I have to get out of it first to receive the sane, calm instructions about what it is I'm supposed to do or say. If I'm letting anxiety, like an idea that someone's in trouble or in lack, rule the day, then I'm going to feel it. And I might notice that I don't like how I feel. So it's perfectly fine to know they're perfectly fine. In our shared, sane, loving mind, everyone is perfectly fine. And if we can rest there for just a moment and then say, what is your will for me? Or if there's a way I'm supposed to be truly helpful, what is it? Without assuming we know. We think we know about the world of time and space. We think we know how to fix and remedy things, but in my experience, I don't at all. And I really do need to be told. I have to come into the shared communal space where that person I think I would help is, where their fullness is, where their totally healed shared self with me is, where we're one. I have to come into the place where we're one and rest here. And then if I have instructions, I can hear them and I can follow them. So it's not like I stay crammed up into the fighter pilot bubble. I feel the anxiety and I think and speak and act from there. Now I feel the anxiety. I realize that I have crammed myself into the fighter pilot bubble, or I couldn't have felt the anxiety. I drop into our shared mind. I spend some time here, still learning this every day, still learning this. Then, if there's something, if I need specific thoughts, they'll be given to me. If I need to say something, the words will come. If I need to do something, the actions will come. But ego's very clever, and it's very good at keeping us in the fighter pilot bubble and telling us what needs to be done from there, and then we try to do it from there. So this is, just something to learn and to remember, to drop down into this huge, powerful shared mind and let it provide the instructions. Okay, I think that's everything for now. Wishing you well.